So apologies for the interruption, got a phone call. But so you want to, when you fill the tank, just follow the diagram here. So the only three you will possibly use are the normal. When you're driving down the road, you'll leave it on normal. And when you're filling the tank, are these ones. And then if you're hooked up to water, follow city water. You'll just follow that diagram. Don't worry about sanitizing the tank or the antifreeze. Those you will just completely ignore. And again, this is where you fill up your tank, and this is where you will hook up to city water. So when you're filling up the tank, the freshwater tank, you'll hook up. You'll come over here before you turn the water on. Open this door right here. There's these valves right here. You want to put them to open, every single one of them. What happens if you don't do that? This tank will bubble up and it'll push the floor up and do damage inside the coach. So just when you're filling it up, as you can see, the water level is about right here. Just keep an eye on the water level as you're filling up over there. This is going to be your freshwater hookup. Make sure that this valve is on when you're hooked up to city water. It's got a little gauge on here to tell you the water pressure. And usually I use this 90-degree elbow. You want to have that on the coach. So this will go directly, or this side will go directly into the coach. And if that valve ever fails for some reason, you have a spare right here. So again, fill in the fresh water, hook up the hose, come over here, make sure those valves are open so that it doesn't bubble up the tank and doesn't do damage inside the coach. We ask that you don't touch or open any of the vents inside. A couple of them are broken. The levers I got to replace, so I haven't done that yet. So just don't touch any of the vents inside. We ask that you don't operate the jacks. They're kind of finicky, so we ask that just try to park as level as you can. We have blocks in the right front storage compartment that you guys can use to try to level it out. And again, I said don't use the awning, please. Make sure you turn off the water pump, as I said, after every use. Okay, check my notes here. I think that's pretty much it as far as a pre-check and operating. You're going to have chairs in here. You'll have a little bit of room in these two compartments to put stuff in. Again, I can't stress enough to make sure that there's nothing obstructing the slides when you guys are parked somewhere. Make sure you always use the emergency brake inside of the coach. Super important. And as far as driving it, it's very long. It's 33 feet. So as you see in the back here, there's a lot of overhang. So what happens is when you're driving it and you go take a left or right-hand turn, let's say you're taking a right-hand turn, this end is going to swing way out. So you really have to be mindful when you're taking a left or right-hand turn that there's no vehicles over here. Before we bought it, there was already damage here, and as you can see on the other side, there's already some damage on the other side from people hitting stuff. So just take the turn nice and slow. Don't cut it. Don't make any hard right or hard left turns. You just kind of want to go out, swing wide, and slowly turn. Kind of give the people next to you, just let them know that you're going to turn, basically, so that you don't hit them. Just take your time. I can't stress enough. Use your mirrors. You got mirrors. You have a backup camera. There's a camera on the top there. You can see. I don't leave it on when I'm driving. I always leave that off. I usually only use it when I'm in reverse. And please do not tow anything with the coach. That's something we ask everybody not to do. I believe that covers most of it. As you can see, there was damage there, just from people not paying attention. This propane. So here's your propane tank. This is how you want to use when you want to use the fridge or the stove or whatever. Just crank it on. Here's your gauge there. That's your, if you ever have to fill it, it'll automatically stop at the red there. But yeah, just crank that so it's open. And when you turn on the refrigerator, you'll have an on button. just make sure that the battery switch is on there by the steps. You'll just have the on here, and just leave it on auto, and it'll automatically go to LP gas or AC if you're plugged in. I believe that mostly covers it. Here's your thermostat, cool, heat. In order to use the air conditioning, you have to either have the generator on or plugged in. Make sure everything is off. Up here is the water pump again. If you need to use the water pump up here in the sink, you just flip that on, run it, and you don't need the water pump if you're hooked up to city water. So only the water pump, the only time you use the water pump is when you are not hooked up to city water. So here's another spare keys for the compartments. Here's a little tool set if you guys need a tool set. Here's the remotes for the TV. You can't use the TV unless, again, if you're plugged in to shore power or if you have the generator on. This remote doesn't work. I'll probably just take that out. But here's the remote for the DVD player. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to call me. This is our baby. We like to take really good care of it. If anything happens, feel free to call us and let us know, and we'll get you taken care of. Also, when operating the curtains, since we're here, just be really gentle with these. They're kind of fragile. These strings here, they tend to break off. So just nice and easy, up and down. Try not to just use your hands. Just use 2 hands, please. This folds into a bed, and this folds into a bed. And if you see, you have a bed up here and a bed in the back. So, as far as what? Yeah, I mean, as you see, I put a piece of tape over the jacks. Please don't operate the jacks. They're kind of finicky, so just don't mess with them. All your gauges, everything works. Super comfortable. Once you get the hang of it, it's kind of teeter-tottery. The suspension is very soft. It's meant to do that so it can absorb bumps, so everything doesn't shake around. As far as putting this down, I forgot to go over that. There's just a little lever here. Just pop the lever down. This pushes down, and then to lock it, and just lock it like that. Again, if you guys have any questions, please call me. This is there's a lot to this RV. It's not like a house. Everything is extremely fragile, and have fun. Really, that's the most important thing, is have fun. And please give us a call if you have any questions or concerns, and we will be happy to assist you guys. Thanks for watching the video. We hope you guys have fun and have a good time.